followed now by a final. You have to do it this way. It's so silly. So the number of teams in the third, fourth place playoff is going to be 2. The number of teams in the final is going to be 2. And then this will be third. Go into general, that's fine. Requirements, you always want to make sure that the last stage completed before you start this one. So it's required that stage 1 finish before I start stage 2. The teams will be get cup round teams, and we'll get the winning team from stage 1. Round, what are we up to? Semifinal. So it is stage 1 semifinal. Let me show you why. If you go into the stages, there are 4 stages listed here, 0, 1, 2, 3. Stage 1 is the knockout stage. That stage has several rounds to it. The rounds it has is an 8th final, quarterfinal, semifinal, and now we have to get rid of our final. Just so silly. I have an idea. I want to try something. I haven't tried this before. Maybe I can do this with I have an idea. I've not tried this before. Let's make this the knockout playoff round. That's not what I want. What did I call this? The final phase. And then third place playoff. All right. Let me cook with this idea for just a second. Teams, rounds, semifinal, final, general. Fate actions. Type. If I go with set the league fate for the winning team of the final of this competition, league fate to allocate in other stage. Look through all child competitions. No, that's fine. This feels like it is creating the fate in another stage, which doesn't feel like what I'm looking for necessarily. If I tell you that this is just a qualifying match, third place playoff, 2 teams, number of teams, no, number of matches 1, number of legs is 1, fixture priority international, stadium is host, draw rules don't matter, substitution rules 5 from 11 and 3 stops, round, general, this is a qualifying match, this is a qualifying match, and I don't think this is going to work. I'm trying to override the fates so that it will recognize that it's not the last round that dictates the winner. The final phase dictates the winner. I think that's going to fail. But I just want to try it. I just want to test it. I just want to try it. I promised you experiments. That's what I'm going to do on these feeds. I also did not look at dates at all. I need to go back and look at dates, whether this passes or not. Stage 2, I don't want this to finish first. Well, let me look at something. Is there a round option here? No. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Let's say that, so the semifinal of the Euro Games is played on the 20th of June, 99 at 8 o'clock. So if I draw this, at almost midnight, and then I play the match the day before the final, which is the 24th of June. Dates. 23rd of June, 1999. We're going to play at 7:30 match rules, go straight to pens. Oh, and I did not. New stage 2. Yeah, it doesn't have any teams. I didn't tell you how to get teams. So for the third round, I need the losing team. Okay, that didn't work. So unfortunately, I am going to have to do it this way. I wanted to see if it was possible to create the third place match as a stage at the end instead of as we went along. But in order to do that, I've got to process the end of basically, I play the third place match after the final, which just suspends reality more than I'm willing to. So I'm going to let it go. I will accept my fate, such as it is, and we shall continue. So we don't need this fate action anymore. We've got the semifinal. This round we'll have to get rid of. We will have to bring back this last stage. Fine, we'll call it knockout playoff round. And then we got third place playoff, then we got final. Whatever. It's messy and I don't like it. So stage 2, we are still going to get cup round teams, losing teams, semifinal. We got the requirement that it finish stage 1 before we do it. Get teams that lost in the semifinal. So the third place playoff should be fine. You know what I actually want to do is remove this really quickly and duplicate it, because it'll keep some of those juicy details in there. Nice. General, whoops. Yeah. Index 3, final stage 2, general. Do we still have this listed as a qualifying match? Yes. No description. Okay, teams. Here we want to get the winning teams from the semifinal. That's in stage 3. So, stage 1 plays all the way through the semifinal. Stage 2 gets us the third place playoff by getting the losers of the semifinal from stage 1. Stage 3 skips past that and gets us the winners of the semifinal and plays the final, and then Bob's your uncle from there. We got to fix the dates. It is not a qualifying match now. Fix the dates. This is going to be played on the 24th. Straight to pens. Now I think we should be good. So annoying. And another thing that I noticed that was really odd was when I had my start year offset set as, yeah, let's go ahead and test this. When I had my start year offset set as 0 and the games were set to 1999, sometimes for some reason it was not actually playing the 2025 edition of the tournament, which I need it to, which was odd. So I went back, I subtracted it, but it was trying to play it in 2027. So I tried to create a start year offset to be -2, and then it wanted to play the matches in 2024, which was odd. So we're just going to throw in a -1 here as an additional thing to test to see if my start year offset is 0, sorry, -1, and my setup date is January 1999, then when will it start the competition? So let's just do that very quickly. I'm fairly confident in the tournament structure itself, so I also want to show you a thing really quickly that'll be really important because I'm retrofitting a lot of tournaments, which is a lot of work. I mean, as you can see here, I've got 61 tournaments in this save. There's a lot going on, and if I'm going to do this for a bunch of different tournaments, I've got to retrofit a bunch of data onto it. It's not fun. And various tournaments are being played at various times. So the hardest thing is probably to get the stage structure down. So let's go to, let's say, like the Pan American Games really quickly. Which happen to be played at the same time, so that's interesting. This is all while Football Manager is loading. And so let me show you a few things. Firstly, if I just pasted the stages onto this, then I'm going to lose my team selection because of the way that I've done it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the teams. Just hang on to that. Then I'm going to go to the Euro Games. Actually, sorry, secondly, then I'm going to go to the Pan American Games, and I'm going to copy the dates. Actually, I'll copy the whole league structure, the league schedule, from the Pan American Games. Then I'm going to go to the Euros, and I'm going to copy the stage structure from here. Now, the way that copy-paste works in basically every other program on Earth is that now I've only got one thing in my bookmarks, and it's the stage structure that I just had a minute ago. But these coders are so good. They thought of this, and they really built in some beautiful quality of life controls here. If I go in and paste the stages, then I go in to the first stage and I paste the teams, and then I go into the league schedule and paste the league schedule, it hung on to all that data. 3 different sets of data that are all correct. I mean, look, my teams are correct. The stage structure is correct. It's done. It's done. That's so good. That's such good coding. Whoever's idea that was, chef's kiss. Well done. All right, in Football Manager, let's test our actual league structure. I think I loaded the wrong thing. Yeah. Let me go back and check. Ooh, I think that's new, that I can just go back there. Maybe not. I don't know. Small database. Okay, so now we're at -1 in terms of year offset. So hopefully it's played the tournament. Start unemployed. All right, so let's get into our Euros competition. in Europe, of course. And it has played it. I am just curious when it played it. It's a U23 competition. They played it in 2023. -1, 1999. How did it get there? It's taking 2000 as 2024 and then subtracting 1 off of that. That is weird. But anyway, let's look at our structure. So, Eurogames from 2024, apparently. And oh, I didn't change the name of the stage. I'll have to fix that. This is the final, despite it saying third place playoff here. I just have the wrong thing listed in there. If you go to the third place playoff, it looks like Austria won that. Let's see if that maps on to the semifinal. This is what I mean about it being messy. Look how messy this schedule is. Come on, guys. Ugh. All right, anyway, so Serbia and Belgium should be in the final. Austria and Georgia should be in the third place playoff. So the Austria-Georgia. Beautiful. Then final stage, Belgium-Serbia. Let me just check one more time. Belgium-Serbia. So it's working. It's working just fine. Let me just show you how to fix what I was just talking about with the name of the stage. So if you look in here under the rounds, I've still got third place playoff in here. So this needs to be final. And then it's good. Which, again, of course, I'm going to need to fix for the Pan American Games, which I just did because I was on the wrong damn competition. Oh, my God. It's so complicated. But back to the rounds. And this is... yeah, we can rename this round to be the final. And then it works. Anyway, so that is how you create third place playoffs. That's especially how you create or maybe retrofit third place playoffs into a competition that doesn't already have them. Ugh, I hate it. Wait. I can't end on an error. Pan American Games can't find enough teams to be created. 50 teams found, 50 needed. Let me show you why that is. So when I copied things over from the Euro Games, the Euro Games, just for testing purposes, I had put in there that it is a 50-team competition. So if you go into Stage 0 General, it says there's 50 teams here. But when you test the Pan American Games only has 20 teams in it. And because I copied the stages over, it copied this over. So there's 2 ways to solve it. Either you can have it be the exact number of teams that are in the competition, and sometimes that's a benefit to making sure that exactly the teams you selected were the ones that got selected in that particular way. But if you're not entirely sure what's going on, it can be really beneficial to, instead of doing that, instead of changing the number of teams, just turn them off. Just turn off the number of teams. And then when you go into the game, you can look at which teams got loaded in. Don't just trust it blindly. Go into the game and actually look. How many teams are selected? Which ones are they? Where did they come from? Then you'll be able to tell exactly who is missing, and then you can investigate why. Okay, now we're done. Goodbye.